If you could only see my tripod, you'd know I'm a piece of shit filmer. Also, let's clear out the elephant in the room. Obviously, I'm gonna go model later. I never look decent a day in my life. I just don't. I'm feral. I work from home. I don't leave very often. This is what you get. Let's get into a crazy ass YouTube video, okay? So basically, I've done one of these before, and it was literally one of my favorite videos to film because I had you guys send me your craziest dating stories, and I would read and react to them because I feel like I have some crazy ones. I still haven't shared a lot of them because I'm trying to do them more like bit style as like comedy potentially because, you know, a girl wants to make people laugh. And so let's just get right into these. I will do part 3s and 4s if you guys want these. So if you have a crazy dating story, feel free to DM me on Instagram, okay? It'll be linked below. But anyway, let's get right into it, yeah. Little Doja Cat. So this is from Veronica. She said I could use her name. So she said, I went on a 3rd date with a guy and he took me to a macaroni grill. What's a macaroni grill? That's what I'm more concerned about. They had paper tablecloths where you could draw on them. And he said, oh, it'd be cute if I write your name upside down and you write mine upside down. So he wrote Veronica. Well, and it was my turn. I was successful in writing Tyler, except his name was Trevor. We went on to date for another 6 months. I mean, this is the 3rd day. You still calling him? I mean, if the T was there. What other letters did you have correct? The R? They both start with a T and end in an R. Okay, Trevor, Tyler, little slip up. But you guys dated for 6 months, so obviously it didn't make him that upset. What the fuck? I need to stop reading ahead. Okay, so I've been talking to a guy for a couple weeks after matching online. He seemed super chill, so we decided to meet up for dinner. I got there, we ordered drinks, and all was going great. He then randomly handed me his phone and told me to pick one. I looked down and saw engagement ring pictures on his phone. I laughed at it, but he was 100% serious. He started getting pushy, so I pointed at one and he gave me back his phone. He then proceeded to look up flights to Vegas so we could elope. He went on about me and my kid moving in with him. I was obviously terrified, so I excused myself to the restroom. I found our waitress who snuck me out to the kitchen. I ran to my car, blocked him on everything, and drove away. Big yikes. Same person, another one, DJ Khaled voice. I had went on a date with a man who said he was in the middle of a divorce. It went well, so I agreed to go to his house so he could make us dinner the next weekend. I showed up and his wife was cooking. The 3 of us ate together and then I took off. The food was bomb. You know what? This may be weird, Margaret, but your casserole be busting. I'm staying. The food was bomb though. I still didn't know if they were getting divorced or if they were trying to get me to be a 3rd. Either way, I wasn't into it. You know what? There'd be so many people wanting 3rds on dating apps. And like, I don't care. Like, that's your own thing. If you want to add somebody to the party, that's fine. But like, I'm over here like, y'all looking for a 3rd and I still can't find a 2nd. That's selfish. Anyway, she's got another one, and I love that because that's me. I have like 6 of them ready to go when people are like, what's your craziest dating story? And I always hate it because some people will be like so vanilla. They'll be like, oh, like I met up with this guy, but he used pictures from 10 years ago. And I'm like, really? That's cool. You don't even know. One more. I went on 2 dates with a guy. He told me he had roommates, but they were super chill. So I was like, okay, that's fine. I drove to their house for our 3rd date. I walked into the door, and there was an elderly couple watching TV in their matching recliner. His roommates were his... I'm gonna start referring to Bob and Therese as my roommates. That is my roommates are pretty chill. You just walk in and I love that they're in their matching recliners. This one's wild. This you wildin'. I love it though. I support it. At the same time, it's a little concerning for your safety, but I'm glad you're okay. But you want to remain honest, so I got you. Okay, so I had been talking to this guy from Tinder for a month and he asked me on a date. Well, sort of. He asked me to drive to him, which was like an hour away in a snowstorm. In this economy? On my way, he called me to give me directions. He didn't know, so he gave the phone to someone else, and the guy talked to me through getting to the house instead of just sending the location. Okay, that's fucking weird. First of all, why can't you just drop a pin or tell her the address? Second of all, why are you like, I have no idea how to get to my own home. Let me give you my random guy you don't know. Absolutely not. As I pull up, I can see him standing there looking out the window. So I pull up thinking he was just gonna come out so we can go on our date, which like fair, because there is nothing more like stressful than like going to someone's house who like maybe it's the first a couple times that you've been there and you do the whole like here, because the anxiety of going up to a door and knocking now is like absolutely not. Like people did that and like I just don't know how. I don't know how you just went up and no, come out and get me. You come out and get me right now. So I pull up thinking he was just gonna come out and we can go on our date. As I park, someone is trying to pull into the driveway. He says to me over the phone, oh yeah, sorry, that's my wife. If you could just pull up further so she can get in the driveway, that would be great. Park and come on in. Another wife? Okay. I was like, what the heck? You're joking, right? He was like, Yeah, he was. Not funny. I come to the door and he answers and then proceeds to introduce me to his dad, little sister, and mom. The mom was the one that was pulling into the driveway after minutes of talking to him. Why are people invited? Like, why are people having whole ass family reunions and inviting somebody off of Tinder? That is wild. Anywho, we have to continue. He finally lets us go on a date. As part of the date, I had brought some geodes to crack. That's kind of dope. That's some shit I'd be into. And he didn't have a hammer, so he gave me directions. Yeah, I end up driving us to his place of work to get a hammer, which ends up being an abandoned building. Oh my god, this is like taken in the weirdest degree. Like, here, let me show you in my entire family. Now let's go get a hammer from my workplace. Who doesn't have a hammer? Okay, I think I have a hammer in this freaking room. Why do you not have a hammer, sir? Anyway, I'm like, hell no, we aren't doing this. I tell him I'll wait in the car and he can go get in and get the hammer. He insists that it's safer if we stay together. Buddy system? So I pray to Jesus and walk up and he does have the code and we go in. He tells me to watch your step. We have been remodeling and there's a huge hole in the ground. I'm thinking, fuck my life, this dude is gonna murder me and throw my body in the hole. He looks around for a flashlight and is telling me about his remodel, blah, blah, blah. Before I know it, he has got me up against a wall and starts making out with me. Full tongue and all. I put my hands on him and push back and create space and I feel a gun. You can't make this shit up. I'm freaking out. He's begging me to come back, and it's not what it looks like. He concealed carries, he has a permit, and he takes the gun out and takes it apart and sets it on the table, apologizes and says he will slow down, and he doesn't know what came over him. He proceeds to look for this damn hammer. I'm looking around because I feel like we look suspicious, and I'm so paranoid at this point, I just want to leave. I turn around, and he is on his knees. I ask him what he is doing. He starts begging for me like belling, telling me I'm his queen, and to let me treat him like a queen. To allow him to please me. He takes off his shirt. I'm not gonna lie, this was the creepiest thing I'd ever seen, but it was oddly sexy. Nice body. I'm like, bro, get off the floor. This is too much. Can we just leave? He grabs my legs, pulls my body close to me. Still on his knees. Please, he says. I am so confused. Why is this turning me on? Maybe if I cut off the hell out of there. He basically climbs on my body to his feet. He looks me dead in the face, slowly starts to take off his belt and unzips his pants. The eye contact is so intense, I feel uncomfortable. He starts to undo my shirt and kisses me. Next thing I know, we are doing it in the abandoned building. Afterwards, alarms are going off and flashing lights appear and he tells me to hurry and hide. I'm like, there is no freaking way we are caught. I'm freaking. He starts laughing and tells me to chill. It's just the fire station nearby. This guy thinks he's funny and he's not. There's too many jokes he's tried to pull on you, sis. I don't like it. But I mean, somehow you liked it a little bit because things got hot and heavy in the abandoned building. He starts laughing and tells me to chill, that we never get a hammer, and we finally leave. We were supposed to go get hot chocolate and go see Christmas lights, but now it's so late, everything's closed. He makes me drive him back to his house where we have dinner with his family, and then I drive an hour back. You did not go to an abandoned building to get a hammer for geodes to smash, and then smash the man, and then go back and have dinner with his family. Honestly, a boss move. I respect it, I appreciate it, Godspeed, love it. Oh! Listen, this person, I don't know if they said to remain anonymous. I'm gonna keep it, since you didn't say it, I'm gonna keep it anonymous just to be safe. But I feel this one touches me because of a reason that I will explain briefly in a moment. So this person says, first time on dating sites after a very long-term relationship that had recently ended and forced me to move back home with my parents. Was friendly chatting with a guy on Hinge and discovered he worked for the town's Department of Public Works. Pretty big town, so I didn't think anything of it. After a few days of him growing increasingly clingy and needy, he starts asking for pictures of my feet. I said, no, I'm not interested. Bye. He kept asking, I kept ignoring, and then he would send me screenshots of my private Instagram pictures that had glimpses of my feet in them, like a reflection of my toes in the mirror or just weird shit. So naturally, I blocked him. Days later, our trash doesn't get picked up. My parents and I were like, oh, that sucks, but they'll get it next time. Nope, there wasn't a next time because our trash stopped getting picked up. Foot fetish works for the Department of Public Works, and then figured out where I live and got his friends to stop collecting their trash. He said, you're not gonna show me them toes? Bet. Try getting your trash picked up, bitch. Let me see them tootsies. After a ton of phone calls from my mom to the Department of Public Works, we convinced whoever to start collecting our trash again. I told her what happened about the foot pictures, and every time the garbage truck was on our street, we both made sure to hide. I saw him on other apps and blocked him right away. Department of Public Works, more like Department of Pissy-Ass Men. Oh my god, I love that. I don't love it for you, but I had a guy that I matched with, and he had a foot fetish, and it was fine. Like, I was like, listen, I'm not gonna kink shame, I'm not gonna disrespect somebody's fetish, like, as long as it's consensual and everything, you let your freak flag fly, okay? but like he would swipe up on my stories. Cause like, unless someone's super weird, like I'm not gonna delete you on Snap. Like I don't care to have you if you know can, I can keep you on my Snap if you can like, you know, mind yourself. But he would slide up if it was like close to my feet. He'd be like, so close, I like your feet. And I was like, no. So for a while, I straight up on my stories, sometimes still, I'll always put no toes or my toes. And people thought that was a joke. And I'm like, no, it's because one guy ruined it. It doesn't say if I have permission, so I'm keeping it anonymous. Crazy date story. So I met this guy on Hinge. He was very upfront about meeting for dinner, which I liked. I get so sick of people wanting to just meet for coffee or drinks. I want a real date. I can respect that. When I showed up, I instantly was not attracted to him. We had dinner and it was kind of lingering. He got up to use the restroom and an older woman, she says maybe 50s, came up to me and said, is this a first date? And I said, yeah. She said, run now. I asked her to tell me why. She said, I've seen this guy in here every single night with a different girl. He's a creep. I think he's murdered people. He lives on an island with his family and he's known in this town. You need to just go. Please, just trust me. What? This seems like a movie. Like, could you imagine? Like, I'm just imagining, like, I don't know where this person lives, but like, I'm imagining me living in just like middle of nowhere, Ohio, and someone's like, his family has an island and he's murdered people. And I would be like, man, we're in Texas Roadhouse. What is happening? I froze. I couldn't move. He got back from the bathroom and I tried to end the date. He made me hug him before I got there. I hate motherfuckers like that. Give me like, oh, not even a hug, motherfuckers. Y'all can get shit on. That's weird. Here's the crazy part. My friend likes audio messages. Same. If it's more than 3 text messages, I will be audio messaging or calling you because I hate texting. I recorded an 8-minute message going on about having a date with a serial killer. My friend texted back, that's heartbreaking to listen to. It wasn't my friend responding. It was the guy. I accidentally sent him the voice message. Oh my God, I did this too. The only good thing is when I sent a voice message accidentally, the guy didn't know it was him because I didn't use names and I was like just complaining in general about somebody, and so I was able to like sneak it. Because here's the thing, is this guy had slid my DMs on 2 different platforms, and this was like before social, I was in college. And so I was like, okay, like I'm somebody who like looks are not a huge factor. Like he wasn't unattractive, like I'm not setting the scene, it's like just trying to say he's ugly. But like he literally was the most boring person to text. Like I was literally giving him so many opportunities to like be like just somewhat entertaining, and he just wasn't. And I was so annoyed because I'm like, this motherfucker has tried to come after me on 2 different apps and like can't keep a conversation, and then like I feel bad but I shouldn't feel bad. So I was like complaining to my friend, a voice memo, sent it to him, and I was like, there should be a law that puts this from not happening. This last one doesn't say whether they want to be anonymous or not, so I'll just keep it because I'd rather be safe than sorry. Went on a first date. Guy said he'd be okay with marrying me since I was baptized Catholic as a baby. Why are these men wilding out here? Like, I could not fathom. Like, I understand the like date to marry thing. Like, I fully understand that. I'm not out here to fuck around. I'm 26. But like, I would not be like, you know what? It's okay. That like that's a red flag for me. I'd literally be like, I'm leaving. First of all, I'm not somebody who puts religion this high in a relationship. Also, because my parents decided to baptize me Catholic as a baby, that makes it okay now. Kind of creepy knowing there was a requirement besides religion. Maybe the fender bender on the way to my date was a sign. Honestly, it was. That was a sign. Wasn't good, wasn't hot, wasn't fresh, and you needed to leave. You should people be wilding. My crazy dating stories are before the actual dates. Like I haven't been put in a lot of these situations, luckily. I hope y'all are safe. I love doing these though. I love it makes you feel less weird because like I got some crazy shit that I've had happen, and so to hear other people also have crazy shit makes you feel not as alone. And then people are like, why aren't you on dating apps? And I'm like, but if you like this video, give it a like. These are some of my favorite videos. I just love hearing y'all's crazy stories. So feel free to DM me on Instagram because I can start collecting stories for the next video if we want to do this again, because it's just so fun. I have so much fun filming it. I know that you guys enjoy watching them, but I'm going to get off here. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Like, subscribe. All the links are down below. Heiferpleaseco.com is my business. But I'm going to get off here. Peace!